Hello everyone, a very good morning to all of you. I am Swati Prakash and I am working in PVD University as a senior assistant professor in the School of Pharmacy. Today I will discuss about the mixing, the different types of mixing like mixing of solids, mixing of liquids, mixing of immiscible liquids and mixing of semi-solids. So mixing can be defined as a process where two or more components are treated as to life as nearly as possible in contact with a particle of each of the other particle. Or mixing is defined as a process that tend to result in randomization of dissimilar particles within a system. The term mix means to put together in one mass or assemblage with a more or less thorough diffusion of the constituent elements among one another. The term blending means to mix smoothly and inseparably together, or during blending a minimum energy is imparted to the bed. These terms are commonly used interchangeable in the industry. So the applications of mixing is one of the most common pharmaceutical operations, and it is involved in the preparation of many types of formulations. Mixing is also an intermediate stage in the production of several dosage forms like wet mixing in the granulation step in the production of tablets and capsules, and dry mixing of several ingredients ready for direct compression as in tablet, and dry blending of powders in capsules, dry syrups, compounds, production of pellets for capsules. So this is a general introduction of the mixing. Next, if we discuss about the mixing of liquids. Liquid mixing can be divided into following two subgroups like mixing of liquids and liquids, mixing of two immiscible liquids, and mixing of two immiscible liquids. And the second one is a mixing of liquid and solids. In this, the mixing of liquids and soluble salts, and mixing of liquids and insoluble salts. So liquid mixing is considered as a simple operation compared to that of solid mixing, and it involves the formation of a homogeneous system. Similar to solid mixing, fluid or liquid mixing also involves the application of a shear. Mixing refers to the random distribution into or through one another of two or more separate phases. So the first one is the miscible liquids. The nature of liquids may determine the ease of mixing. According to the theories of solutions, liquid mixtures are classified into three groups like miscible liquids, partially miscible liquids, and immiscible liquids. Miscible liquids, these are miscible in all proportions, and for example ethyl alcohol and water are miscible in all proportions, and these liquids can be mixed easily by employing the mechanism of bulk transport and shear. The next one is partially miscible liquids, and these are miscible in one another at one particular proportion, and their miscibility depends on the temperature and pressure. For example, paracrisol and water are miscible in a certain proportions. The third one is immiscible liquids. As the name indicates, these are not miscible. For example, vegetable oils and water are not miscible, or their miscibility is very low. Normally they form emulsions. Mixing of these liquid is very difficult. A homogeneous dispersion may be obtained by adding emulsifying agents. So it is a general introduction of the liquid mixing, and the mechanism of liquid mixing. It has four mechanisms like bulk transport, turbulent mixing, laminar mixing, and molecular diffusion. The first one is the bulk transport. Bulk transport is defined as the movement of large portion of a material from one location to another location in a given system. For this purpose, the mixing devices such as rotating blades and paddles are used, which moves the material in different directions. The next one is the turbulent mixing. Turbulent mixing is defined as mixing due to the turbulent flow, which results in random fluctuation of the fluid velocity at any given point within the system. So the third one is the laminar mixing. The laminar mixing is a mixing of two dissimilar liquids through laminar flow, that is, the applied shear stretches the interface between them. In this mechanism, the layers fold back upon themselves, and thus the number of layers increases. Hence, the interfacial area between them also increases exponentially with the time. The next one is the molecular diffusion. The molecular diffusion is a mixing at molecular level in which molecules diffuse due to the thermal motion. Molecular diffusion is explained by the Fick's law, which depends on the concentration gradient at different regions. The concentration gradient decreases with the time and it reaches zero when mixing is completed, that is the equilibrium conditions. So this is all about the liquid mixing. The next one is the solid mixing. The powder mixing is a process in which two or more than two solids are intermingled in a mixture by continuous movement of the particles. So the solid mixing, as you can see that the powder mixture, the powder mixture is a process involves in this the mechanism, it is based on the three mechanisms. If we discuss about the solid mixing, so solid mixing has three mechanisms, like if we discuss about the solid mixing, so it is divided into three mechanisms, like convective mixing, shear mixing, and the third one is the diffusive mixing. So the first one is convective mixing. It is achieved by the inversion of the powder bed using blades or paddles or screw element. A large mass of material moves from one part to another. Convective mixing is referred to as macro mixing. And the shear mixing is in this type, the forces of attraction are broken down so that each particle moves on its own between regions of different compositions and parallel to their surfaces. In a particular mass, the forces of attraction are predominating, which make the layers slip over one another. Such type of attraction forces are predominant among same type of particles, and shear forces reduce these attractions and reduce the scale of segregation. The last one is the diffusive mixing. It involves a random motion of particles within the powder bed, thereby the particles change their positions relative to one another. Diffusing mixing occurs at the interface of dissimilar regions. So this is all about the mixing of solids. The last one is the mixing of semi-solids. Mixture containing semi-solid involves incorporating a solid or liquid into a base consisting of one or more semi-solids, or it may be called as the mixing of immiscible liquids. In this, the mixing of immiscible liquid is carried in pharmacy, mainly in the manufacturing of emulsions, and the equipment used for the preparation of emulsion is known as emulsifier. Generally, a fine emulsion can be obtained, and therefore equipment is also known as homogenizer. For emulsion, it is prepared in two stages. In first stage, the coarse emulsion is prepared by using Wedgwood mechanical blender, hand homogenizer, porcelain mortar and pestle, milkshake mixer, propeller in a baffled tank. Sometimes the above equipment directly give fine emulsions, otherwise coarse emulsion is subjected to homogenization in the second stage. To get fine emulsion by using Silverson emulsifier, colloidal mill, Rapisonic homogenizer. So this is all about the mixing of semi-solid semi-solids, or it may be called as the semi-solid mixing. Next one, if we discuss about the double cone blender design. So double cone blender, if we discuss about the double cone blender, so the construction of a double cone blender is usually charged and discharged through the same port, and it is an efficient design for mixing powders of different densities, and the rate of rotation should be optimum depending on the size and shape of the tumbler, the nature of material to be mixed. The advantages and disadvantages for a double cone blender are same as the twin shell blender, or it may be called as the V cone blender. First of all, what is equipment? A mixture that promotes the randomization in mixing should be selected, and it should also prevent the conditions responsible for segregation. So the first one is the double cone blender. As you can see that this is the general construction of the double cone blender, or if we discuss, this is a general construction of the double cone blender. Next, if we discuss about the twin shell blender. Twin shell blender, it is also known as the V blender equipment, and the construction of a twin shell blender, it is made up of either stainless steel or transparent plastic. Smaller models take a charge of 20 kg and rotate at 35 revolutions per minute, while larger ones take a charge of about 1 ton and rotate at 15 revolutions per minute. The material is loaded through either of the shell hatches, and the material is loaded approximately 50 to 60% of its total volume. As the blender rotates, the material undergoes tumbling motion, and when the V is inverted, the material splits into two portions, and this process of dividing and recombining continuously yields ordered mixing by mechanical means. The powder mass is converted shockwise so that no demixing due to density differences will occur. It is rotated so that the material alternatively is collected in the bottom of the V blender. Advantages: if fragile granules are to be blended, twin shell blender is suitable because of the minimum attrition, and they handle the large capacities, easy to clean, load and unload, and the equipment requires minimum maintenance. The disadvantages: twin shell blender needs high head space for installation, and it is not suitable for fine particulate system or ingredients of large differences in the particle size distribution, because not enough shear is applied. Next is the ribbon blender. If we discuss about the ribbon blender, you can see the structure of the ribbon blender. The mechanism of mixing is shear, and the shear is transferred to the powder bed by moving blades or ribbon shaped in a fixed shell, and high shear rates are effective in breaking lumps and aggregates. Convective mixing also occurs as the powder bed is lifted and allowed to cascade to the bottom of the container. An equilibrium state of mixing can be achieved. The construction of the ribbon blender. The construction of a ribbon blender, it consists of a non-movable horizontal cylindrical trough, usually upon at the top. It is fitted with two helical blades which are mounted on the same shaft through the long axis of the trough. The blades have both right and left hand twist. The blades are connected to a fixed speed drive, and ribbon blender is top loading with a bottom discharge spouts. The working of the ribbon blender, through the fixed speed drive, the ribbons are allowed to rotate. One blade moves the solid slowly in one direction, and the other moves them quickly in opposite direction, and different powders are introduced from the top of the trough. The body is covered because the considerable dust may be evolved during dry blending, and granulating solutions may evaporate during wet granulations. The powders are lifted by a centrally located vertical screw and allowed to cascade to the bottom of the container like the tumbling action, and the counteracting blades set up high shear and are effective in breaking up lumps or aggregates. Helical blades move the powders from one end to another, and the final stage of mix represent an equilibrium state, and the operating conditions of a given mixture can markedly affect the steady state and thus the quality of mixing. The blend is discharged from the bottom opening. Uses. Ribbon blender is used to mix finely divided solids and wet solids, wet solid mass, and sticky and plastic solids. Uniform size and density material can be easily mixed. It is used for liquid solid and solid solid mixing. Second one is the Sigma blade mixture. Sigma blade mixture. The mechanism of the Sigma blade mixing is the shearing, and the intermeshing of Sigma shaped blades creates high shear and kneading action. And the construction of a Sigma blade blender, it consists of a double trough shaped stationary bowl. Two Sigma shaped blades are fitted horizontally in each trough of the bowl, and these are connected to a fixed speed drive, and the mixture is loaded from the top and unloaded by tilting the entire bowl by means of a rack and pinion drive. The working of the Sigma blade mixture is the different powders are introduced from the top of the trough, and the body is covered because the considerable dust may be evolved during dry blending, and granulating solution may evaporate during wet granulation. Through the fixed speed drive, the Sigma blades are allowed to rotate, and the blades move at different speed. One usually about twice the speed of the other, and resulting in the lateral pulling of the material. They turn towards each other so that the powders move from the sides to the center of the bowl. The material further moves downward over the point and then sheared between the blades and the wall of the trough. Thus, cascading action or convective as well as a shear action can be achieved. The perforated blades help in breaking lumps and aggregates, and thus the high shear forces are set up, and the final stage of the mix represents an equilibrium state. The operating conditions of a given mixture can markedly affect the steady state and thus the quality of the mixing. By means of a rack and a pinion drive, the bowl is tilted to empty the blend. Sigma plate mixture is commonly used for mixing of dough ingredient in the baking industry, and it is used in wet granulation process in the manufacture of tablets, pills, masses, and ointments. It is primarily used for liquid solid mixing, although it can be used for solid or solid mixing. Next one is a planetary mixture. The principle of planetary mixture is the blade tears the mass apart and shear is applied between a moving blade and a stationary wall. The mixing arm moves in two ways, around its own axis and around the central axis, so that it reaches every spot of the vessel. The plates in the blade are sloped so that the powder makes an upward movement. Therefore, tumbling or connective motion is also obtained. So the working of the planetary mixture is, it consists of a vertical cylindrical shell which can be removed either by lowering it beneath the blade or raising the blade above the bowl. The mixing blade is mounted from the top of the bowl. The mixing shaft is driven by a planetary gear train as indicated in the structure. It rotates around the ring gear, which further rotates around the mixing blade. It is normally built with a variable speed drive, and the working of the planetary mixture. In the planetary mixture, the agitator has a planetary motion. It rotates on its own and around the central axis so that it reaches all parts of the vessel. Beater is shaped to pass with a close clearance over the side and bottom of the mixing bowl. Therefore, literally there are no dead space in the mixing bowl, and the blade tears a mass apart and shear is applied between the moving blades and the stationary wall. The plates in the blade are sloped so that the powder makes an upward movement. Therefore, the tumbling or connective motion is also obtained. Since it is variable speed driven, initially the blades move slowly for pre-mixing and finally at increased speed for active mixing. Thus, high shear can be applied for mixing. So emptying the bowl may be done by hand or by dumping mechanism. Planetary mixture produces the precise blend in addition to breaking down of agglomerates rapidly, and slow speeds are used for dry blending and faster speeds for the kneading action required in wet granulation. Steam jacketed bowls are used in the manufacture of sustained release products and ointments. So the next one is, if we discuss about the next one, so next one is the propellers. A propeller normally contain a number of blades. Three-bladed design is the most common for liquids, and the marine type propeller is similar to the blades of table fan or a ceiling fan. Propeller may be either right or left-handed depending on the direction of slant of their blades. Four-bladed or toothed or similar design propellers are used for a special purpose. In a deep tank, push or pull propeller is used, in which two or more propellers may be attached to the same shaft. They work in opposite direction to create a zone of high turbulence. The size of the propeller is small, that is, the ratio of diameters between propellers and containers of 20 is sufficient for low viscous liquids. However, for large tanks, a maximum size of 0.5 meters propeller is used, and small propellers turn at a full motor speed up to 8,000 revolutions per minute. The propeller produces axial or longitudinal movement of the liquid. The flow currents leaving the propeller continue through the liquid in a given direction until deflected by the floor or a wall of the tank. Propellers are used when high mixing capacity is needed, and these are effective in handling liquids having a maximum viscosity of about 2.0 pascals seconds and slurries up to 10% solids of fine mesh size. They can be used up to 3.5 meter cube, or effective gas lipid dispersion is possible at the laboratory scale. Multivitamin elixir disinfectant solutions are manufactured using propellers. Next one is the turbines. A turbine consists of a circular disc to which a number of short blades are attached. The diameter of the turbine ranges from 30 to 50% of the diameter of the vessel. It rotates at a lower speed than propeller, that is the 50 to 200 revolutions per minute. The different forms of turbines that have the blades may be straight, curved, pitched, or vertical. A flat bladed turbine produces radial and tangential flow, but as the speed increases, the radial flow dominates. A pitched blade turbine produces axial flow. Near the impeller, the zone of rapid currents, high turbulence, and intense shear is observed. The shear produced by turbines can be further enhancing using a diffuser ring. A diffuser ring is a stationary perforated or slotted ring which surrounds the turbine. It increases shear forces. The liquid passes through the perforations, reducing rotating, swirling, and vortexing. Turbines are effective for high viscous solutions with a very wide range of viscosities up to 700 pascal seconds. A few examples like syrups, liquid paraffins, glycerin, etc. In low viscosity materials of large volumes, turbine generates strong currents or intense shear which spread throughout the tank, destroying the stagnant pockets. They can handle slurries with 60% solids, and turbines are suitable for liquids of large volume and high viscosity if the tank is baffled. So the next one is, if we discuss about the next one is the baffle. Baffle, if we discuss about the baffle, so you can see that the construction of the baffle, it is just look like the Silverson mixture, or it is also known as emulsifier. The Silverson mixture emulsifier produces intense shearing force and turbulence by the use of high speed rotors, and this turbulence causes the liquid to pass through the fine interstices formed by the closely placed perforated metal sheets, and circulation of material take place through the head by the suction produced in the inlet at the bottom of the head. Circulation of the material ensures a rapid breakdown of the dispersed liquid into the smaller globules. The construction it consists of a long supporting columns connected to a motor which gives support to the head. The central portion contains a shaft, one end of which is connected to the motor and the other end is connected to the head. The head carries turbine blades, and the blades are surrounded by a mesh which is further enclosed by a cover having openings. Working, the emulsifier head is placed in the vessel containing immiscible liquids or coarse emulsion in such a way that it should get completely dipped in the liquid. When the motor is started, the central rotating shaft rotates the head, which in turn rotates turbine blades at a very high speed. This creates a pressure difference. As a result, the liquids are sucked into the head from the center of the base and subjected to intense mixing action. The centrifugal force expels the contents of the head with a great force through the mesh and onto the cover. As a result, a fine emulsion emerges through the opening of the outer cover, and the intake and expulsion of the mixture set up a pattern of circulation to ensure the rapid breakdown of the higher globules into smaller globules. Silversand mixture is used for the preparation of emulsions and creams of fine particle sizes. So this is all about the mixing of general introduction of mixing, the mixing of solids, mixing of liquids, and the mixing of semi-solids, and the different types of equipments that are used for the different types of mixing, like the double cone blender, the twin shell blender, sigma blade blender, planetary mixtures, turbines, and the Silverson emulsifier. So this is all about the mixing. So have a nice day and thank you.